here's a guest who drove 6 hours to be with us today. Assemblymember Luis Alejo was elected in November 2010 and represents the 28th Assembly District, which consists of San Benito County, the Salinas Valley, North Monterey County, South Santa Clara County, and the city of Watsonville. Sir, let me be honest with you. Some of these places we don't even know. But, you know, a lot of Filipinos already love you. And for those who know, they already love him. And for those of you who will know right now what he does for our Filipino community, I'm sure you will be respecting, admiring, and loving this guy as well. First of all, thank you so much for coming on the show, driving 6 hours to be with us.
It's great to be here on your program.
You are known in the community, in the Filipino community, as the Assembly member who wrote a resolution calling for...
Well, it's Resolution ACR 74, which is the official apology from the state of California to the Filipino community for not only its involvement, but also a lot of the mistreatment that happened towards the Filipino community, especially between the 1920s and the 1940s. There was a series of laws, the courts, all taking a lot of legal action against the Filipino community. And it's the first time in California history that the state has officially recognized and expressed its regrets for its involvement during that time.
Right. It also includes, you know, the injustice suffered by our Filipino veterans, and also segregation of Filipinos before we couldn't, you know, be in the same place and all that. Why? You're not Filipino, but, you know, why do this for us?
Well, first of all, this idea came about. I took a local history class in my area in Watsonville and the Salinas Valley. Filipinos were the lead workers in the agricultural fields. So back in the 1930s, one of the worst anti-Filipino riots took place in my hometown, the city of Watsonville. In January 1930, a group of 200 local residents went after and tried to attack Filipino Americans in my area only because they were interacting with the white women during that time, which was prohibited.
Exactly.
And 3 days later, it became 700 people, and they would attack Filipinos, taking them out of their homes, shoot into people's homes. So it was a sad chapter in my local history. But when I read more about it, I found out that it wasn't only in Watsonville, it was in Salinas and San Jose and San Francisco. It spread throughout the state of California. And then as you study what the state government did, it was very much involved and a reason why that came about. So I said it's the right thing to do. But also in Watsonville, my neighbors were Filipino. When my parents were out working in the agricultural field, they were the family that took care of me as a young child. And so we grew up, went to high school, graduated together. So for me, it was a close connection, and it was the right thing to do, especially when those types of incidents happened in the past out of my own hometown.
Right. Can you believe that it took you, it took somebody like you to be elected and to write this resolution? But it's been going, it happened a long time ago. It's been in history books and all that. Nobody really took notice. Nobody really took the effort to correct this, to rectify this. And you could have just turned a blind eye, you know. As an assembly member, there's so many issues that you need to be involved with. Also, a lot of events that you need to go to and a lot of commitments that you need to keep. But then you took the time and the effort to write ACR 74.
Yeah, well, I always think it's always the right time to do what is right and correct the wrongs that our state government did in the past. But when I authored this legislation just last August, and it was approved unanimously by the state Senate and the state Assembly in September. But then I got a call from Mona Pasquill, the highest ranking secretary in Governor Jerry Brown's office, who shared her story. Her grandparents grew up with the grandparents of Chief Justice Tani Cantil Sacayua, the first Filipino American Chief Justice ever on the California Supreme Court. But they both shared that both of their families had to get married in New Mexico because Arizona and California prohibited their relatives from marrying each other just because they were from different races.
And that's one of the focus of Ang Romansa ni Magno Rubio, the Romance of Magno Rubio, which is a Filipino play that's showing right now, in production right now at the Ford Amphitheater. And you're going to be watching tonight?
I'm going to be there tonight. I'm looking forward to to tonight's performance. They're dedicating the show for me for authoring this legislation, and I'm presenting them a copy of the resolution, which I hope that they will enjoy. But certainly, it's an award-winning play that I'm looking forward to attending tonight.
Yes, you know what? That's the least we can do. Thank you. Thank you for doing this for our Filipino community. And here on the show, we just mixed this drink earlier. It's called Ube Passion. Enjoy.
Mabuhay.
What do you think?
Very good.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
So how else can we help you? I know you're far 28th district. It's far from us here, but how can we help?
Well, I'm a first-year legislator. I've been on the job 11 months. When I was elected last year, I was the youngest ever legislator to serve the Monterey Bay region at age 36. So for me, it's a real honor to work at the state capitol in Sacramento, but also recognizing that I don't only represent a lot of different communities, and the big industry in my area is agriculture, and
Right.
certainly a lot of our different ethnic groups contributed to that.
Very well said. Congratulations again, and thank you. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.